All right, welcome back. This is going to be Beginners, Volume 3, How to Win a Game, How to Get a Checkmate. What is check? Kind of said some things about that in the previous version, and I didn't realize I didn't have a video, so, just kind of haphazardly jumping around and trying to get all the pieces in there. So, anyways, let's look at this and see what we have here. So we have our chessboard here, and obviously white's in a very far superior position. Oh, this is in check here too. Let's just move off here. But check is when you put pressure on the king, like, hey, I'm going to take your king next move. You have to alleviate the check. And you are forced to. So as black, you are forced to alleviate a check position. So if I go here and I say, okay, check, okay, you are forced to alleviate that by moving it, right? Okay. Now you could do something like what are your choices? You could do this and move away out of the check position, or you can block. So those are the two things you can do, block or move. Okay. Or there's a third, take the piece. So suppose this piece was right here. I go check from right here. Then you could take it. That's the other way you can do that. So I need my queen back. All right. I have figured out how to do that without ruining the board. So there we go. So you have to if you are in danger, you have to the person has to tell you. You can't just take the king like, oh, you didn't see it. I'm going to take your king. No, that's not how you win. You got to have to trap the king. Okay, you have to trap him. And now I'm getting low power. It's just a comedy of errors for me today. But there we go. And so you have to alleviate the check situation through either blocking, moving the king, or taking the piece. And you have to decide what's best for you. Okay, so let's try another one here. So let's do, if I do check here, you would have to, you couldn't check here. You can't block because you have no pieces to block. You can't move here or here because of this piece, but look what you could do. You have one move, you have to move here because you can't take the piece and you can't block, and this is the only square. So that would be how you would get out of that situation. How about if I did this, check? You could move here, okay. What if I did this, check? You would just take the piece, right? How about if I move here, check? Look what you could do. You could block. That might be a good position to block it, right? So then you would be blocking the check here and alleviating that. Here's a little cool situation. Suppose you were here and I checked you here like this. You could check, but then I cannot move this queen out of the way, right? Because you pinned me. I'll talk more about pins later. This is a pin where you got your king and you pinned the other person's player. Now I could take you, right, and you would take me, but you would get a queen for a rook, which we'll talk about trades later on and what's better. So what if I did something like this here and you blocked here? This would be a cool block. So block the check, and it forces me to alleviate this check. Now at this point, I'm probably doing this, and now that causes you a world hurt because now look, I know that you can't take me because you would have this check, and next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go here, boom. All right, so that's how you do it. Now how do you checkmate? So let's get rid of this guy here. So let's suppose I have this piece here. You can move anywhere right here. Suppose you move right here. What if I bring the queen down here? What did I do? I just check. What can you do? Okay, you're in check, but can you block? No. Can you move here? No. Can you move here? No. Can you move here? No. You can't move here because of that rook. Can't move here because of that rook. Can't move here because of that rook. Can't move here because of the queen. Can't move here. So you cannot move in any of these squares. You have nowhere to go, and you're in check. That's checkmate. When you cannot move anywhere else and you are in check, that's checkmate, meaning there's no way for you to get out. And that's how you win a game. Now, checkmate can come from many, many, many different ways and forms. That's why this game is awesome. There's just so many, every game's different. And it's fun how it all plays out. The same two people have played Mr. Day out thousands of games. I'm not exaggerating here. Thousands, maybe 10,000 games, and we're nearly 50-50, which is awesome because you want to have someone that pushes you and makes you better, and you don't just sit around and, hey, I won every game or I lost every game. It's good to get better. Although I'd rather be the person losing every game because then it makes you get better. That's how you get better. The winner, it's tough for a winner to get better. It really is. You have to be driven to win a game and still want to get better. And that's with anything. You have to be driven to find your mistakes, your inaccuracies. And even when you win, you got to be, hey, I know I won, but there's no way I played a perfect game. No one ever plays a perfect game in anything. So you got to be driven to find your mistakes when you win a game. When you lose, you are driven to find your mistakes and get better so you can beat that opponent. So it's easier when you lose to get better, in my opinion. All right, so let's look at another scenario here. What if I have this here and I move my queen? Actually, what if I have the queen? What if I have her? And let's move it here. And let's move the queen here. And let's say I move right, trying to get it out right here. Look at this position. And I just moved. Suppose I was clear here and I went, whoom, right to there. Well, it's black's move. Is black in check? No, black's not in check. Okay, but it's black's move. Can he move here? Nope. No, can he take him? No, because the king's protecting. Can I move here? Nope, because of those both these. Can I move here? No, because of both these. Can I move here? Because of that? No, nope. So you cannot move here, 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 or here. And you are not in check. This is a draw. And I've seen it happen with my chess club students. They'll say, hey, I won. And what do I do? I'm going to win this game. No, you drew. That was a tie. You had far superior piece advantage. You had the game won, but you made a mistake by getting in a draw situation. Because if you cannot move and you are not in check, that's a draw. So kudos to black for getting a draw out of a losing situation. Hey, sometimes a draw is like a major victory. I remember many games where I've just got decimated and then somehow I eke out a draw, and I think it's like the greatest victory ever because you were way down. So kudos to black in this case. Hey, good job, Mr. Hendershot. But bad, Mr. Hendershot on the white side because he didn't finish the game. Well, so great job, Mr. Hendershot, and bad job, Mr. Hendershot. So I like to talk to myself as well. All right, so now I've got a good drill. So it's a good drill to start with these two and the rook, or the king. King, and then you give yourself a queen and a rook, right? Play both sides, and the goal is, if you want to play both sides, that's fine, or if you have a buddy, the king wants to stay in the middle and not get into checkmate. So your goal is just to stay close to the middle as possible. White, your goal is to get a checkmate. Okay, so this is a great drill, and what you do is make it harder and harder. So I will start with this right here. I'll start with this position. And what you want to do is drive them to, I call it a rail, but a side. Drive them to a side. Any side will work. Remember, king wants to stay in the middle. Okay, so if a king wants to stay in the middle, I'm staying right there. Boom. Okay, what I'm doing is here. Check. Now look what it's done. See this row here? Okay, this row, he cannot stay in it. Can I go this way? No, because of this. So what am I driving? This way, driving him to this side. I said it didn't matter, and it doesn't. So suppose I move here. Now, if I move the queen here, what does he do? Oh, boop, back to the middle. So you do not want to move this piece yet, right? You don't want to move it. Drive them to a rail. Well, okay, move this here. Well, if you move this here, they can stay in the middle, right? No big deal, which is not a terrible move. So you kind of want to move it to here, right? But look, is your rook, are you protected? No. So what I would do is move him all the way to this side. Why? Because look how slow it is to get over there to try to take him. Now the king can move. King's probably going to move right there. Or maybe right there. Okay, now what's your move? You don't want to move this one because they'll escape back this way. But what if you move this one? They cannot move in this row, and they cannot stay in this row. So where are you driving him? Okay, so what if you move here? Boom. All right. you want to do this, right? Because you want to keep it. You seesaw. It's like a seesaw. Do this one, do this one, do this one, do this one. Unfortunately, though, if you do this, this rook is not protected. Could you move this king up here to do that? Of course you could, but we have an easier solution. What if we move him all the way here? Not right here, because can they seesaw back and forth if you clutter up the same row? No. So right here. Now, well, you're like, what did that do? You wasted a move. No, I didn't. Look how 1, 2, 3. It's slow for this king to get all the way back over here. So that's what the king's going to do. He's going to move that way. He can't escape because of this, and he can't. So this one is going to be the one to seesaw back down. Now, don't do this because then they will escape out. Keep this row protected. Wham. Okay, can I go back here? No, you have it protected with this. Can you stay on this row? No, because of the queen. All right, move here. Now seesaw. Do you do this one? No, they'll escape. Seesaw the other one. Now look. Whoop, whoop, checkmate, and we are done. All right. Very good. So let's call that a wraps, and we'll do another video when we do it. So I don't want these two videos to be